everybody. Welcome back to Cape Rugby TV. It's Wednesday night, your favorite rugby show here on Cape Town TV. And of course, this is what we've been waiting for, is to see what's going to happen at the end of the season, who's going to go up, who's going to go down, and what's happening in each league. On the panel with me this evening, Mr. H. Dinga.
Baie goed, JP. Baie goed.
Tension running high.
Very high, boiling pot. Nerves are shattered, and people are crying about that they ever decided that there must be 2 up and 2 down.
Yeah.
Because those who fought for that now realizes that they're ending in the...
Not so easy, eh?
Yeah, they're not in the top part, they're in the bottom part, so now they must go down.
Well, now they're going to have to suffer for that. But one of the questions, sorry, let me just greet the rest of my panel here. I'm forgetting to say hello to everybody. Jerome's been traveling again. Hello Jerome, hoe was die Kenyanese mense?
Lekker JP, it was a baie lekker toernooi. Lots of people. We played the Saturday and the Sunday. Each game there were 25,000 people, so it's really a great tournament.
Morgs, did you get your coffee, by the way?
I didn't, Jeff. I'm still waiting, actually.
Yeah, it's probably still stuck in Kenya customs. Jerome, jy was 'n groot bek laas week dat jy gesê het ons het niks koffie nie. Toe bring jy niks saam nie.
Koffie is, ek is nou in my ander kar, die koffie is in die ander kar.
The coffee by the ice. Anyway, there we go, folks. Let's start getting right into it now. It's been a heck of a season already. It's been a pretty miserable season, in actual fact, with the weather the way it is. But here it is now. It's 2 up and it's 2 down. Mr. H, just clarification. Somebody asked me this question last week. It's 2 up, 2 down for 1 year, or is it a 2-year period once you go up? Is that it?
No, it's one every year.
Every year it's 2 up, 2 down,
yeah.
until the clubs try and change it again.
Yeah,
All
which
right.
can be done in 2014.
So for the next 2 years, that's it now.
That's how it
You've got to
is.
work your butt off to get back into. Jerome, how easy is it for a club who drops down to jump back up?
It just depends. If you look at a club like Helderberg, they dropped, and I mean currently they're top of the lock and they're going up again. It just depends on the coaching staff and the administrators, how serious they are about getting the guys together in focus again on the next season, and also the players. I mean, like we said a couple of times on the show, if players are going to leave clubs again now because the clubs are dropping and things like that, then that's not fair. So hopefully guys can keep their guys.
Well, let's take a look at the results from the weekend. Some interesting results there. It was a win for False Bay over Vix, 30 points to 28. Tygerberg, 45-40 over Villagers. Belhar losing to UCT, 58 points to 35. And SK Warmers, well, they went down to Marties, 78 points to 26. If we look at those results, I mean, the interesting thing there was the big win for Marties, 78-26. Morks, did you manage to go over the whitewash?
Yeah, Jeff, funny enough, the first time you asked me, and I'm going over the whitewash race. So yes, I did manage to get over the whitewash, just about.
Yeah,
so.
okay, and we know that you normally go over the whitewash, but more significantly, can you give us a number?
I did go over 3 times actually, Jeff.
All right,
so,
just
yeah,
leave it at that. You know, I hate it when you always talk about yourself. You know, wait for me to ask you next time. In fact, I did ask you. I'm just joking. But of course, it was last week or the week before that we missed you on the show, and when Francois Bontes was in, and Mr. H, should we not have potentially a Western Province Rugby's top try scorer?
We should, yes. We should. When they feed in the results, the try scorers and point scorers should also go into the computer.
It'd be nice to understand who's doing the moves there. But if we look at these results, some interesting results. Obviously, a big result for Marties over SK Warmers. Morgs, why was such a big gap? I mean, it was 50 points.
Look, yeah, James, I must be honest, it's like we said, there's always something for some team to play for, and at this time of the year, obviously Stellenbosch have a lot to play for because they've got to make up points difference, because to try and catch Durban. And then SK Warmers are sitting mid-table where there's not too much to play for still. They're not going to go down. I mean, they secured a spot in Superliga next year.
But on the day, what happened there? 50 points. How did you put 50 points over SK?
I think Stellenbosch just came out and they really played some good rugby. You know, they scored, I mean, it was 21-0 after about 7 or 8 minutes. Yeah. And I think that's what, sort of put SK Warmers to sleep. And then obviously,
don't put them to sleep.
This is a cool dairy kerk. So yeah, I mean, just early on. I mean, just with a big margin like that early on, I think they're always going to struggle to get back. So, and like I said, Stellenbosch have a lot to play for in terms of points difference. So yeah, the ball just kept rolling.
Jerome, there's been a lot of talk about dirty play lately. We had games called off over the weekend. It was a very tough match for Tygerberg against UCT, or at least for UCT against Tygerberg about a week ago. and there's been a lot of rumours in Western Province Rugby about failed play and so on. This week, Villagers went up against Tygerberg. Do you think Tygerberg were at all concerned maybe and were holding back a little bit, and that's what gave Villagers such a big score, or did Tygerberg just play another a rather average game? Because a 5-point margin for Tygerberg against Villagers, who really hasn't been on form this week.
Yeah, and also JP, that Tygerberg had a lot of points in the first half, so I think they relaxed a bit, and Villagers came back, and I think Villagers is the team that's definitely dropping out, so I think they gave it their all. And
Villagers,
yeah, they gave it their all. It's basically their last type of rugby, playing up in that league. When
teams get caught out or get sort of pinpointed a little bit, as professional rugby players also get marked, so to speak, do they tend to like step back a little bit on the field the following game?
Yeah, it depends, JP, on how you feel, because I was always a markman on the field, but if you step up and
didn't stop you.
Yeah, if you have people around you that can cover you also, then it's good, because it's a team sport. It's about 15 guys.
Yeah. Okay, so well, good result then for Villagers, a near result in fact, and then of course UCT beating Belhar, and Marty's good win for them over SK Women's. Let's take a look now at the results in Super League B. Super League B has been a rather interesting match. There we go. Peniel Villagers losing to Kells River 39-19. St. George's beating Young People's. Well, once again, at least that's a 5-point there, because Young People's not playing in the league. Kraaifontein, a 2-point win for them over Paarl. Elsies River beating Rangers 34-28. And Langa, Scottsdene win there 32-27. In Premier League B, we see Van der Stel going down to Silvertree. Macassar beating Franschhoek. Strand United 33-32 over Eersterivier. Laguna losing to Milnerton. Silurians played twice in the last 3 or 4 days. Silurians beating Stelkor 83-7. And then on Monday against Strand United, 50-15, and Franschhoek 35-33 over Stelkor. Young Wesley's in Division 1 beating Young Stars. Hamadias, a win for them over Silverleaf. Strand United 31-10 over Busy Bees. Manamurg Rangers going down to Northerns. While in Division 2, it's Temperance losing to Violets. Watsonia going down to All Saints. Gardens Tech win for them over Blue Jets. Atlantis 29-7 over Blue Stars. Calmore beating Gardens Tech 12-8. And Watsonia 12-24 loss for them against Atlantis. In Division 3, it was Peninsula going, or at least beating Retreat 14-10. Masiphumelele beating Young Ideas 18-15. Perseverance beating Cruiseville 12-10. Young Brothers losing to Caledonian Roses. Whistling Wheels, Stram Pioneers. It was a win for Whistling Wheels by 1 point. And then on Monday we saw Cruiseville losing to Caledonian Roses 34 points to 26. Perseverance 27-5 over Peninsula. In Division 4, it was Titans beating Kailicha, Richmond Rangers 22-10 over Bishop Labour, Cities losing to Thistle, and of course, there you see your results. We were, of course, out at the match between Masiphumelele and Young Ideas at Noordhoek, folks. By the way, it's not Fisher. And what a good result for them. Let's take a look at the highlights in that match now.
Okay. Hey, double six. Six. Fast.
It's not just about the defense. Let's keep the ball.
Yeah,
let's keep the ball rolling.
There you go, folks. It was a good win for Masi Pumulele over Young Ideas over the weekend. 18 points to 5, and what a fantastic location. Mr. H, one of the things that I realized when we were filming there is the only club in the Western Cape that for us from a filming point of view, it's behind the mountain on the other side. So we had sunlight all day long. We had sunlight through to 7 o'clock. It was absolutely fantastic. Bob Skinstead was commentating on the day, obviously. But what a fantastic venue. They've worked so hard. They've done all the work themselves. They've had nothing from the council. They have no lights. That's the interesting thing. But what was interesting to me is how they built the pitch. They worked on the drainage, because I think in that neck of the woods they get a lot of rain coming off the mountain and that. But they've done an amazing job there.
No, they've worked very hard, you know, and people don't realize that those guys are actually, you know, they're full-time at it.
Yeah,
A number of the guys in the club are at schools, training kids and doing all kinds of things there. So.
And I think, of course, also important for people to realize that they're not in Masi Pumulele. Most of the players are from Masi Pumulele, and it's but there's no space in Masi Pumulele for a rugby field. It's Noordhoek, actually.
Yeah.
They're in Noordhoek, and it's very easy to go down there. It's well worth, folks, if you want to go get a cold one, that's the place to go if you're in that neck of the woods. But we also caught up with the losing captain and coach of Young Ideas, and there was Tembani Nkoba and Sipiwe Bawati. Sipiwe has, of course, been on the show before. Let's see what the losing coach and captain had to say. Tembani, tough clash here. Masi Pumulele, you guys are both top of the log, but a home ground advantage today for Masi.
Yeah, I think the guys, they have a home ground, and you know when you are not in your field, that thing is not give you the power. They get it. Otherwise, well done to them.
But it looks like you both are possibly going up, depending on how things go with Kelly's. But today it seemed like very much playing for pride, eh?
Yeah, I think we're depending now to Kelly's, just because Kelly's have 3 games left. So it's up. If the Kellys lose, we're going to go up, you see.
But you must be very proud of the fact anyway, the way you guys stuck through the guns. You've had so much support from Max and the boys. You know, to come through the season and end up first and second place on the log, or at least be up there, it's a good performance.
Yes, JP. First of all, I must thank to my my guys, playing guys in the team. They give me that power to lead them, and they give me support, and my entire executive of the Young Ideas, they give me, and the supporters, I will say thank you for the whole season. They support me. Well done to them. Thank you.
Well, I think you must give yourself some credit, and obviously good leadership, so well done. Eh?
Thank you, JP.
Still smiling even with a loss, and that's the pride of rugby. Eh?
I know it's part of the game, you lose. Yes.
Anyway, tough game at the top of the league, yeah, and of course Masi at home ground advantage for you today. Eh?
Yeah, JP, that is a tough game today. I did prepare for Masi because I did win on the first round, but I see Masi was prepared the game for me. I'm very disappointed in my guys because I thought they were going on another league. But what I can say for Masi, he must go another league. He must understand that league, it's not an easy league. Good luck for him for the whole year till through on that league, because last week, that is the game put me here under pressure because we're supposed to win the game. Otherwise, if I did win that game, I must come here free.
I think you guys have done a great job during the season anyway.
We'll see
so keep your chins up.
Yes, okay. Thank you.
Thanks,
JP. Right.
There you go, folks. It is, of course, a win for Masi Pumulele, and we did manage to catch up with the winning coach and captain as well. Of course, Darren Clark doing a great job out there, and Mabisi Mogalwana, also the captain there. And once again, another captain in Western Province ranks that is in the club space and showing a fantastic leadership. Let's hear what the boys had to say. Right, folks, with me now is Darren Clark, the head coach here at Masiphumelele. It was a great result for you guys, Darren. What a bunch of supporters going crazy, and looks like the cat's in the bag.
Oh, it's fantastic. It's lovely for it to come down to the last game. I think, as a sportsman, at the beginning of the season, if you say, you want something on the last game, of course you do. And it's great to come out with something on it. And it was a wonderful performance by the boys. But I think the biggest thing about this club, it's a very special club, and we have support through thick or thin, rain, shine, snow, and the people behind here are wonderful and a good example of that.
And obviously to top it all off, going up next league, but it's not going to be easy. Everything gets a little bit faster, a little bit bigger up there. You're going to be ready for it?
Oh, of course we're ready, yes, absolutely. We've been working towards it for a long time now, and we're very fortunate that our focus was to play with a little bit more structure than the teams that play in this league, just to make sure that we're ready for next season. And of course we'll keep building, and we'll be ready.
Now, well, once again, congratulations, and we'll see you guys up there.
Thanks, Jamie.
Rugby, a great result for you guys. This is what you were looking for. I see smiles everywhere. Everyone looks very excited.
No, definitely. It's something that we've been working towards the whole year. It's something we felt as well that we should have wrapped up pretty early, but it came down to the last game, and these guys showed what it really means to play for this club.
What exactly does it mean to play for the club? I mean, you see, you've got a great mix of people here, people from all different walks of life. It certainly looks like a club with a lot of spirit, and a depth in culture as well at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. If you take a look inside our clubhouse as well, we've developed a very good club ethos, and we've actually put it down on paper so that we actually remember all of these things. We look to play for each other, we look to play for the community, and we look a lot further than just rugby, and we look to develop basically everyone around the community and further than just rugby.
Well, that's clearly the kind of leadership that we want in rugby, and clearly yourself as a captain, you're also leading from the front, which is why today you are our Tata man of the match. And I'm going to ask John LaRue, your chairman, to come across and give you R1,000 courtesy of Tata. There you go, there's a check for you.
Well done, well done.
Okay. John, you're the chairman here at one of my old stomping grounds. Masiphumelele has come along quite sort of hard and fast, and what a fantastic club.
It is fantastic. We've been in the league for 2 years, and we've won both years. So from nothing to now move up another league is a fantastic effort. A lot of hard work, a lot of behind the scenes. It hasn't just fallen into our lap.
Yeah.
And I'm so pleased for the boys because they've come close with so many games, and could have won, should have won, didn't. And today I thought they came through very well, very convincing. We see ourselves very much as a community side, so we want people of all colours, cultures, backgrounds, and I think it's happening. So I think we all identify ourselves completely with Masiphumelele Rugby Club, and it's very nice to identify yourself with a winning outfit. Huh?
And to have leadership skills like Monwabisi over here.
He's been fantastic. But I think that try under the post, I think that just seals a great season. He's been cool, calm, kept the guys together. But I would say that try was what turned the game.
Well, once again, congratulations to both of you. Let me shake hands with you. That's R1,000 from you, courtesy of Tata and John. You guys have got a great setup here, and thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks.
Once again, our Tata man of the match there is the captain. John, that's probably the kind of thing that you want, though, is you want your captain to be the man of the match every time.
Yeah, no, that's good. He really sets an example, JP. And I don't know if I hear correctly, but did you say you played there? Or?
My old stomping ground. I didn't say I played there.
Oh,
Stomp.
Unless they had a square ring there. You guys play between the 4 white lines. I play between the 4 ropes. Okay. So that's my game. So yeah, I suppose it is also close to stomping. Nowadays, with all the different mixed martial arts that you see on TV, it's very close to turning into rugby. But Mr. H, once again, and it's interesting how many people we've come across on the same place at the same time. I think this is the 3rd time now that we've had Francois Venter, I think it is, the referee, and we're gonna catch up with him in a minute, at the field again, once again, saying how amazing the rugby is. And well, let's have a look at this clip quickly, folks. We've caught up with the referee, Francois Venter, and let's see what he had to say, and we'll talk about him in a second, and refereeing in Western Province.
Frans, maar weer 'n lekker game. Lyk my ons vang jou weer op die veld.
Yes, like JP, wat kan ek sê? Jy kom na hierdie divisies toe en dink jy gaan nooit 'n game hê nie.
Ja.
Ewe skielik het jy 'n game, nê. Die ouens wil rugby gespeel en dis lekker. Ek dink ons WP rugby is gesond. Hier's as jy nou kyk divisie 1, divisie 2, divisie 3. Ek het hierdie jaar tafvat, ek het al die harde games gehad. En dit gaan nie elke wedstryd makliker nie. En ek wil sê die spirit wat in gespeel is, nê. Yes, wat kan 'n man sê nie.
Ja.
Great rugby. Beide spanne wil ook op game gespeel het. Ons het gesien daar was tackles gewees. Groot iets, nee, maar dit is wat rugby is. Dit wat rugby is. En die dissipline, absoluut fantasties.
Well, there you go, folks. Francois Venter, one of the referees in Western Province Rugby. Mr. H, great referee. I mean, he was communicating with the players. He was strict, but he was communicating with the players, and he was talking about flow of the game.
That's all that we want from referees. We don't want the referee to control the game by dishing out cards.
Yeah.
You must communicate, you must be on top of the game, and the players must understand that he's in charge. The minute that happens, the game will flow and everything will.
But you know, the nice thing about these, that his mannerism was so nice on the day. You know, he had this way of just making everybody feel comfortable and confident. Okay, yes, there was one person right at the end of the game when I think Young Ideas was struggling a little bit. One person, you know, getting a little bit antsy, but everybody else was happy. Everybody was enjoying the game. There was, of course, one management person from, which you might have seen in the highlights picture, getting extremely religious on the side of the field, praying, a lot of praying in the middle of the game. But that's the kind of ref that you're looking for, Mr. H. So, congratulations to you guys at the union for having referees like that.
You look at the referee society, there's a lot of good work in training and educating and monitoring the referees.
Yeah.
And people must understand, referees do make mistakes, but it's all about enjoying the game.
Yeah.
When you referee the game, you must enjoy the game with the players, and then everybody's happy. But if you go there with a dour face and a sour and an attitude about, hey, staan so toe. Oh. You're not going anywhere.
Dan krap je vir jouself, a gat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it is of course now time for us to look at some of our sponsors. Of course, Evox Advanced Nutrition is the official sports nutrition supplier to the DHL Stormers and Western Province Rugby, and is available to all club rugby players out there. Off-season is coming soon. This is about the time that you want to get stuck into it. So this week's prize, once again, a rapid recovery. You can see that right there. And a cider crank. A cider crank is that product that you're going to need just before training. And then you can, of course, get yourself in the mix with a super carbo. The super carbo is what you would use during the match. So these are the three products available to you. And what you want to do is get in the mix right now and SMS the number 33280. You can see it on your screen right now, and you put yourself in the mix to win that prize. Last week's winner, Nashveen Williams. Congratulations, Nashveen. You win for yourself that Evox hamper. The boys from Evox will get in touch with you shortly. Time for us to take an ad break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at what's happening in the world of social media. How are you doing in the I Love Western Province Club Rugby campaign? That and more in a little bit. Welcome back, folks. Cape Rugby TV here on Wednesday nights. Let's take a look now at what happened in your social media feeds. There were a couple of interesting questions. We got a question here from Morne W. Steenkamp. He says, going to be a cracker tonight. Collegians up against Primrose at City Park. Absolutely. Thanks for pulling through to Noordhoek yesterday. This was, of course, tweeted out on Sunday. Thanks for pulling through to Noordhoek over the weekend. Was great having you there. We'll always be welcome at Masiphumelele. Rangers says, congrats to all the clubs in Western Province who gained promotion this year. And keep watching. Favorite show, always and forever. Yes, thanks, Dean Harris. And Tigerberg says that the defense was solid and the rugby intense. Great game to have to watch and a hard-fought battle. So congratulations to the guys there. Let's take a look now at the logs. It's going to be an interesting one. Now it is into the heart of it all. Durban are the top joint, or at least not joint leaders. They are, I think, in fact, Morgs, that slide is possibly wrong there, right? Is Stellenbosch not on top with the points difference at the moment?
Yeah, Jeff, so as far as I understood it, I think we got 10-point buffer on Durban, so I think that we should be on top. But yeah, I mean, there's still lots to play for, so you know, with this weekend coming up, that can change again, so
yeah.
it's gonna get interesting.
Well, if we just go back to those logs there, you see, I think it is Stellenbosch on the top there, and Durban in second place on points difference. Hamilton's is in third, UCT, Stellenbosch, SK, or at least Vix in fifth. SK Warmers, Belhar. Tygerberg is in third last, False Bay and Villages. Jerome, this is where it gets really interesting. I mean, now we can actually start talking about what is going to happen over the weekend, because on Friday we see Marty's playing against False Bay. Yeah, okay, False Bay. So from what I understand, if I've got my maths right here, False Bay have to walk away with 2 bonus points, or at least get 2 points out of the game. And then at the same time, Tygerberg is playing against, come guys, you must help me out now. This is one of those situations where it starts to get really tricky.
No, Tygerberg is finished.
Okay, Tygerberg is finished, hang on now. So who's playing against who here? Marty's is playing against
Marty's playing
False Bay. And okay,
so it's basically
and
Durban and Hammies.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the one I'm looking for. So I'm looking for Durban and Hammies.
Yeah.
Durban and Hammies are the cracker match of the weekend. Mr. This is probably the game to watch.
Yeah, that would be.
I mean, we haven't been to Durban or Hammies either.
No, that would be a fantastic game to be at.
Okay, so folks, there you have it. Just in terms of that, we're going to watch Durban take on False Bay. We've spread ourselves wide across the divisions and the leagues. So I think it's fair that we go and take a look at this cracker match, because come Saturday they would already know the result between Marty's and False Bay. Stage?
Yeah, no, look, Marty's will go all out to put on a lot of points against False Bay. False Bay will also be, you know, trying to score some points. And on the other hand, Durban must win. Otherwise, you know, they will not be the champions.
So, yeah,
so
I mean,
it's very nice to see that the top 3 teams must actually, you know, they must all win, and it's nice like that.
It's going to be interesting. But False Bay are clearly looking for 2 points that they desperately need in this. Villages are, I mean, Jerome, Villages club.
Yeah, Villages is out. In False Bay, definitely Morgan. I don't know, but. I don't think the way the season went this for False Bay, I don't think that they have a chance against Stellenbosch, and Stellenbosch need points because anything can happen between Durban and Hamilton's. So it's quite interesting. So I think for me the 2 sides that's definitely out is False Bay and Villages. I can't see False Bay getting their 2 points unless Marty's give it to them. I can't see that they'll get their points.
And it's one more match for UCT still over the weekend as well. So it looks like Super League A is going to be the interesting matches. There is what's going to happen between False Bay and Marty's, and what's going to happen in the match between Tygerberg, at least not Tygerberg, Durbanville and Hamilton's on Saturday. So come and join the Cape Rugby team on Saturday at Tygerberg. Let's take a look now at the results in, or at least the logs in Super League B. There's as much tension there. Helderberg's at the top, NNK and Belleville. Woo, mense, hier kom 'n ding. Heddens and Hearts, Selma, Brackenfell and Peniel Villages are all in a whole lot of trouble there. Jerome, you're giving me a little bit of a laugh there, but julle mense is nog nie, you're not out into the clear just yet, huh?
Yeah, JP.
Belleville, that is. No, just so everybody understands who exactly it is that I'm talking about. You know, when I refer to julle mense, it's Belleville. You know, your loyal team, yeah.
I think, JP, actually tonight there's going to be a cracker between Belleville and Hansen Arts in Kraaifontein. So that's also, I mean, Hansen Arts also need points, because between them and Brackenfell, it can go either way there. So it's quite interesting there. And Belleville need to win if they want to go up.
If they want to go up, they've got to go over NNK. So they need those points.
They need 4 points.
They need 4 points, otherwise you're going to stay in Super League B.
Yeah, they need 4 points. So that also, and as I say, there's no one can do anybody favors there because Henson Hart need points.
And if I mean NNK will basically be sitting there praying right now that Henson Hart beats Belvoir.
I think Bonte's maybe he's giving Henson Hart something tonight. I mean,
I think this
bit
is
of a bonus or
we
something.
should possibly have made sure that Morgan was off the show tonight and brought Bonte back into the picture. Let's look at the logs in Super League, at least in Premier League A now. There you see UWC on the top against Hamlets. At the bottom is Lunga and Young Peoples. Yeah, so Young Peoples will go down. Lunga and Scottsdene will be looking for something, but I think that sort of the coolest amper is Derek Kerk daarso. But once again, Mr. H, UWC Hamlets over the weekend, and what do? They go, they play, and Hamlets pulls it off against UWC. Am I right? They lost over the weekend, Jerome. I mean, what a match there. I mean, people underestimate the other teams, and they think that just because you're a university team, you're going to walk away with it.
Well, they had the same when they played Elsies.
Absolutely, yeah.
But that's JP. That's a great win for Hamlets, and I mean they basically going up now. And you know where Hamlets are from, Mamari.
Yeah, up in Weskus, yeah.
Yeah, and it's great. I mean, it's a quite tight community there, and it's good for them. And I'm spoken to their coach, and he's so happy that
Mr. Parsons.
Yeah, Kevin Parsons, yeah. He played for the Bulls. He played.
Yeah, it's easy to forget their names.
And things.
In actual fact, the sooner you forget the Bulls' names, the better. Although we will get to the Super Brew predictions just now.
Yeah, so he's doing quite well there with them, and they've got lots of juniors, and they've got a great structure there going there. And it's good for their community, and I think like teams next year are going to travel a lot.
The best thing that will happen for them is if those two clubs there make one club in that community and play next year in that division.
You're talking now about Hamlets and Atlantis?
Hamlets and Mamre.
Mamre plays in Boland.
Okay, well, they potentially might have to form one if the apparent new geographical laws come to pass, whereby you won't see so many teams in the Western Province area anymore. They'll have to find a place in the province that they belong in. Well, anyway, let's take a look now at the logs in Premier League B. We see Solarians at the top on 75, Macassars on 67. There is pretty much done deal. They will go up. Van der Stel's at the bottom on 34, and Stellenbosch Coronations in 10th place in Premier League B. In Division 1, it's Strand and Northerns, also at the top there. Young Wesleys and Young Stars at the bottom there. Division 2 is Atlantis and Violets. And of course, it looks like that is a done deal already. Also, we will see Atlantis and Violets go up to Division 1. Watsonia and Temperance in 12th and with 3 points at the bottom of that league there. Division 3 is Masiphumelele and Caledonian Roses. And Caledonian Roses can still get some points over the weekend. Young Brothers are at the bottom with Perseverance. And in Division 4, it's Imikawi on 47-45. Delft and Progress are at the bottom. They are certainly going to stay where they are because the next division is the Paarl region. It's Lower Paarl on the top, looking for win there to make sure that they come out as the division winners over the weekend. Yeah, so there you go, folks. Some interesting matches. When we'll get more into the fixtures in a second. It's been a bit of a jumble, Mr. H. I mean, the last couple of days, just looking at these fixtures and the logs the way they are, it's extremely difficult to work it out. We played over the weekend with these public holidays and things. It's very difficult. We played Friday, played Saturday, you played Monday. There's more games tonight.
Yeah.
And now again, coming over the weekend, it's Friday night matches, Saturday night matches. How one keeps track of all of this stuff, I don't know. But does this disrupt rugby?
Not really, JP. Some of these games were unfortunately postponed due to poor weather conditions or ground conditions.
Yeah.
And then we, for us, the rugby ends on the 29th of September.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is that most of the grounds that we play rugby on are city council property.
Yeah.
And 1st of October is cricket. Cricket starts. So they don't want you to be on their fields. They take the poles out. They do everything. So we know that we must be finished.
Yeah, incidentally, folks, we're talking about cricket, which clearly now is getting into the rugby space, but check out on Saturday night, you'll watch the new cricket program here on Cape Town TV called From the Clubhouse. Jeremy Harris from KFM will be presenting that, and it looks to be a very exciting club cricket show on Saturday evenings. And I know people have been asking for a long time, when will we start doing other sport on Cape Town TV? Well, somebody took up the mantle, and now you will have cricket on Cape Town TV as well. And once again, with fantastic numbers. It is now time for us to take a look at the I Love Western Province Club Rugby campaign, brought to you by Vodacom. Elsie's River are on top of the pile on 2,873 points. Whistling Wheels on 2,330. Retreat on 1,597. Union Mill on 1,523. Lunga is on 721 points. Elsie's River still doing exceptionally well there with the top point scorers. Whistling Wheels is making a late charge, moving past the 2,000 mark point to end up on 2,330 points. Who will at the end come out on the top by the 1st of October? Retreat, Union Mill are battling for those third positions and waiting to see who's going to make it through the 2,000 point mark. Let's take a look now at the top 10 clubs there. Violets on 638 points, Scottsdene on 502. That puts Violets and Scottsdene in 6th and 7th place and have both qualified for the first reward, being 50 branded water bottles. Rocklands, Northerns and Silurians can still qualify for the reward. Make sure that you encourage your players and coaches to work hard during the last week and earn those much needed points to qualify for the rewards. Right, that's what you want to do. Get in the mix there. It's going to be exciting. All you need to do is start tweeting, SMSing, MMSing. All right. So it's the last week of the program. Morgs, you want to encourage, of course, the people to take part in this process. You want to get involved. A couple of points up for grabs still.
Yeah, James, there are lots of points up for grabs, and it's like we said, it's still a week left of the competition. So yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of tweets and Facebook messages of support and encouragement to the rest of their fans and players to get voting and get MMSing and sending in pictures and points.
I believe you can also now go and vote for your favorite fan pick.
Yes, yeah, I've seen on the I went into the I Love Western Province Club Rugby campaign Facebook page, and I see that they've posted 10 of the picks throughout the season. And you can vote for the pick by liking the photograph, and the most liked picture will earn for themselves 290 rands airtime. So there's an incentive for somebody that's obviously, sent in a picture throughout the season.
And then there's some bonus points as well for Twitter and Facebook comments.
Yes, yeah, throughout the week, from about 2 weeks ago, I think that they've been running bonus point competitions. So if people just keep a lookout on the Facebook page and Twitter pages, within the next few days, there'll be another bonus point competition up for grabs, and you can earn sort of 30 or 40 points, whatever it is. I mean, that's why Elsie's River are doing so well, is that of the last 3 competitions that they've run, Elsie's River have earned something like 70 points, I think. So Elsie's River, obviously, claiming the bonus points while they're still there. And there'll be more before the season. What they should do is they should sell food for tweets or something. I mean, what is that thing called? Miles for Smiles? That doesn't Vodacom do that? Birdies for Kiddies, I think, in the golf. Yes, that's right. Yeah,
Birdies for Kiddies. Elsie should do Skype for tweets or something like that. But yeah, folks, you've got until Monday, all right? Monday, the program ends, the I Love Western Province Club Rugby campaign. So basically, it's this weekend. So go and check out the it is a mouthful. I Love WP clubrugby.co.za website. Go check that out there. And also on Facebook, go vote for your favorite picks, and let's see who comes out on the top. That's your I Love Western Province Club Rugby campaign, brought to you courtesy of Vodacom. Very exciting and rewarding for the clubs. This is your last chance. Get stuck in now. We'll see you guys in a minute. That was your I Love Western Province Club Rugby campaign, brought to you by Vodacom. Of course, Leisure Hotels is the official accommodation supplier to the Cape Rugby TV team. Mustache, we should actually go for another breakfast at Leisure Hotel sometime.
Yeah, it's nice there, and we should really
I mean,
get them involved more.
Well, absolutely. I've only had two chances to go to leisure hotels. When we met them for the first time, when they came on board, and then when we went back the next time to say thank you for coming on board. And both times we had breakfast there. Haven't had the accommodation yet. Looking forward to that at some stage.
Let's arrange it.
Let's arrange it. But a great breakfast there at the Leisure Hotel. So maybe if you're out of town, we know that many of you are watching us on YouTube, on the social media channels, or perhaps even live via the internet. The Strand Towers in the Cape Town area is fantastic accommodation. You want to get out there and book yourself in. If you're maybe perhaps down in Cape Town on holiday or doing some business, it is the Leisure Hotels. Let's see who last week's winner was for the competition. It was, of course, one night's accommodation, bed and breakfast at the Strand Towers. And there you see the winner is Tammy Lagrange. Congratulations, Tammy. You win for yourself a night's accommodation, bed and breakfast at the Strand Towers. Let's take a look at the social media feeds now that came up over the weekend. Well, interesting, Denzel, Denita Wenzel, Western Province, ladies playing in Milnerton on Saturday at 5:30 against the Bulls. Please support them. That was last week's feed. Mr. H, great result in, of course, for Western Province.
Yeah, we're very proud of our team. They are now the national champions, and it's, you know, they've worked very, very hard. Congratulations to Coach Aslam Abrams and the manager Nolene Oosthuizen.
Yeah, and of course we had Natasha Hasbroek. No.
Hofmeester.
I don't know where Hasbroek comes from. Natasha Hofmeester was on the show with us, and perhaps we should get her back on the show, maybe soon, next week and soon, and find out what's happening in women's rugby.
That will be great, because quite a few of them, I think, have been taken up in the national side also.
Oh, right. Is there a lot more rugby coming now after club rugby, like sevens and touch rugby and so forth? Because I know we're not ending the show right away, we're carrying on with the club.
There are clubs that are having sevens tournaments.
Yeah.
The Union Sevens tournament, unfortunately, we had to postpone to a later date, simply because we were going to play it at the fields around Hamilton.
Okay.
But the city of Cape Town forgot to tell us that on that particular weekend they're having a massive church matter there. So,
which of course would take priority.
Yes, and we can't use the field.
Heaven forbid you wouldn't want the higher power coming down on you.
Yeah, not for rugby.
By that I don't mean the mayor. Jerome, but you were sort of nodding your head earlier on there. Rugby continues after club rugby. A lot of rugby.
Yeah, definitely. There's still the amateur side has got 2 games.
Yeah.
They've got a game next Saturday against Griquas.
So next week will be a perfect opportunity for us to just wrap up the season in terms of club rugby and focus a lot more on the amateur side.
Definitely. Yeah, they play the Griquas at Florida Park.
Yeah, with the under 19 and the under 21. They're also playing there.
Okay.
And then the week after they play in Johannesburg against the Lions. So that's basically if they win the 2 games, they basically take the national thing again, because they won the conference which they played in Oudtshoorn. So there's rugby for them, and then the sevens are at the beginning of November is the provincial sevens, which Western Province are also going to play in.
Yeah.
So then there's going to be somewhere around next week. It's going to be trials for 7 guys. The club rugby is finished. So there's still a few things for the players to play for.
So quite a lot of activity there, yeah. Let's take a look at the fixtures coming up tonight, folks. There we see Primrose up against Collegians, Garden Tech is up against Watsonia, and Par Rangers against Riverstones, and of course Rangers, well, the other Rangers. Is that 2 Rangers in the Par region up against Vineyards? Maybe a little technical error there. In the Friday night fixtures is SK Warmers against Vix, Marties against False Bay, and UCT against Villages, while we see UWC take on Langa in a Premier League game. So, gentlemen, if we focus just on the Friday night games there, interesting scenario. Of course, SK Warmers against Vix, but we're not going to be able to see any movement there, Mr. H.
Yeah, no, it's you know, whoever wins, wins.
They stay at Super League. Okay, so they're pretty safe. Marty's and False Bay, on the other hand, is an important game, Jerome. False Bay desperately need the points. And Marty's want to make sure that they come out on top.
Yeah, because Marty's also need a lot of points out of this game. That can also help them. Depending on the Hamilton's Durbell thing. So.
Okay, let me just understand this, and I think this is the maths that I was trying to work out early on, is if Marty's walk away with full points, and Durbell beat Hamilton's with full points, they stay on the same amount of log points. And what's going to make a difference then is points difference.
Points difference, yeah, that's exactly.
Marty's is currently, though, on top of Durbell on points difference, and they by 10 points. 10 points, yeah. And they will want to secure, Morgan, you guys will want to secure that 10-point margin, if not more.
Yeah, well, look, I think the 10 points really, I think, will cancel each other out, really. So I think it will get down to the point of the biggest winning margin between Durbell and Hamilton's, and Stellenbosch and False Bay will win the league, I think. That's how we looked at it.
But Jerome, you don't come back from this club champs and just come back on the field and think that you're going to perform well? Or do you think they'll maintain their...
No, definitely. I mean, they want to really win the league, but they'll know on Friday after the game, they'll know the points that they need. So it's actually, for them, it's better because they will know exactly how many points they need to put up. So I think there will be some great running rugby at Durbanville on Saturday.
And the fact that they, lost in the semi-final at club champs.
Yeah, of course.
That should, it should motivate them to beat Hamilton's by far, to show that they are worthy champions.
How did they do at the club champs though? I wasn't really paying attention.
No,
they lost against Pretoria Police in the in the quarterfinals, I think so.
I see there's now another competition that's been structured called the Community Cup.
That will take a whole day to explain.
Yeah. Not really a lot of. Anyway, let's not even talk about the politics of rugby. And I suppose that is a very debatable issue as to whether or not these competitions and media platforms in the professional space, where all the sponsors are, is going to benefit the communities at all. A lot of analysis still probably needs to be done around that, and proper thinking needs to be applied. Long stories and probably hardly worth the debate now. Let's take a look at the fixtures on Saturday. Finally, we can start getting back to normal league rugby. Super League A takes on Durbell against Hammies. It's Super League B. Hands and Hearts and Brackenfell. Helderberg take on Collegians. Kales River and Primrose. And it's definitely interesting stuff there. In Premier League A, we see Scottsdene up against Kraaifontein. Hamlets take on Young People's Rangers and St. George's, Macassar, Van Estel. Silverley Tree are up against Silurians, Franschhoek and Eerste Strand United and Stelkor. Wraithby take on Strand, Rocklands and Hamadeers, Gardens Tech and Blue Stars, Atlantis and Violets, All Saints and Temperance. And of course other matches there that we see are Peninsula against Caledonian Roses, Perseverance and Strand Pioneers, Whistling Wheels and Crudigeville Thistle and Emikawi. And in the Paarl region is Parel United, Young Gardens, Windmill are up against Paarl Rangers, Lower Paarl Albions, Vineyards, Simondium, Violets Paarl against Riverstones, and Allendale are up against Young Standard. So those are your fixtures over the weekend. Very tough, very interesting, and it's going to be some fascinating rugby over the weekend. Let's take a look at the Currie Cup fixtures now, coming up this weekend before we move our attention to the Super Brew fixtures. It's the Sharks up against the Bullets in Durban on Friday. Western Province take on the Lions at Newlands on Saturday, and the Cheetahs take on the Griquas in Bloemfontein. Some tough matches there. Let's take a look at Super Brew's prediction panel and exactly who was doing what in Super Brew over the weekend. You see it now. The biggest gainers, Randy, Sutties, Wolver, and the list continues. Unchanged, it's Philip, Imadolo, Cabos, Berghan, and so on. The biggest losers, Musa, Tank 24, goes down. Malema, he definitely goes down by 300. I think he's going down like a homesick mole at the moment. Cool Boy Noni goes down also. Our top players this weekend was Philip, Fredo, Nikki, Vanessa, Magog, Dave, White, Shadow, Birdwatcher, JP. Oh no, that's JC. And Soat. Okay, gentlemen,
It's interesting to note that there's none of us on video anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, let's just roll back the tape here. Right, gentlemen, it's time for those predictions then. Province against Griquas. Morgs.
I'm going to go Western Province by 7.
Jerome?
Western Province by 12.
Mr. H?
Yeah. I was going to say 12, I'll make it 10.
You're going to make it 10?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Western Province by 20. Yeah, gentlemen, don't fall off the chair. Don't fall off the chair just yet. We've still got a long time to go here. You have to have faith in your team. Do any of you recall laughing at me when I said that Western?
Yeah, he's 20 point off. I just somehow knew this was going to come up at some stage during the show.
You gentlemen, I have to tell you, perhaps that Saturday match, maybe where there's that religious function, maybe you shouldn't go watch the rugby. You should go to that religious function over there, okay? So that you both, all three of you, in actual fact, have a little bit more faith, all right?
Twitter was a buzz with that too.
Twitter was a buzz with that, Morgs.
Yes, I saw quite a few people tweeting you there, Jeff. So you may claim it.
Yeah,
there's quite a few people getting into the.
And I claimed the Bulls' victory as well.
You did too, eh?
What happened in the other matches, I don't really know. But yeah, but that is the way that it goes. Right, gentlemen, it is time for those Super Brew predictions now. Let's take a look and see what the panel's going to come up with this week. But you know, the funny thing is that even though two of our Cape Rugby TV Super Brew pool is so big, that I jumped by like 500 points. I'm still not anywhere near. I'm still only in the top 200. It's very difficult to get it spot on. Right, Morg, Sharks against the Bulls.
I'm gonna go Sharks by 10, JP.
Jerome.
Sharks by 12.
Mr. H.
Sharks 13.
Sharks by 13. Alrighty then. I'm gonna go Bulls by 7.
Knew this was coming. I just knew it was coming.
Bulls by 7, and if I don't go, you see, gentlemen, you're not understanding the bigger picture. If I don't support the Bulls, it means I'm not supporting the Springboks. And heavens knows that on Saturday we need to have a win, you know, because I believe that they've brought out a new, you know, to clean your clothes and stuff, a new stain remover. You don't get that. Whole panel.
I get it. I get it. I'm not on the C's Facebook. That's why.
You see Facebook. Yeah, you obviously saw that photograph where the stain. Anyway, don't worry, folks. Mornay Stain back in the mix this weekend is going to be in it. So I'm supporting the Bulls because heavens knows we need that sort of silly style of rugby to win on Saturday. Otherwise, we're going down like Malema. Western Province against the Lions, Morgs.
Western Province by 5, JP.
Did I give my score on the Bulls, by the way? Did I say how much?
You did.
I said by 7.
7.
All right, so what was you say? Province by 5?
Province by 5.
Province by 5, Mr. H.
15, Province.
15, huh? All right. Playing at Newlands against the Lions. The wheels came off for the Lions a little bit over the weekend. They can't sustain it. They were lucky in the beginning.
Oh, I'd like to.
I'm going to go, I'm going to go Western Province by 17. Western Province by 17. Yeah. Jerome?
Western Province by 20.
Western Province by 20. Yeah, you see, Jerome, that was very sneaky. You waited to see what my skillful technique and my brilliance of predictions would be before you threw your score in the mix there. Morgs, Cheetahs and Griquas, would you like me to go first on this one?
I'd like to go first. We'll go around this way.
We're going to go anti-clockwise on this one. All right, I'm going to go for Cheetahs by 7. Mr. A.
Griquas 5.
Jerome?
Cheetahs by 3.
Cheetahs by 3.
Yes, now you've got me. I'm going to go Griquas by 7.
Griquas by 7? Okay, it's going to be interesting. All right, folks, that is a wrap of our Cape Rugby TV show. Remember, you can join us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. And you can join us on Saturday when we go and watch that massive clash. It is, of course, Durbanville up against Hamilton's. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in that match, especially after the result coming out of the Friday match, Marty's against False Bay. Mr. H, have a fantastic rugby weekend.
I will do so, sir.
Jerome, nice to have you back in South Africa.
Good to be back, JP. Thanks.
And Morgs, best of luck over the weekend, and we'll see you on Saturday at the big match.
Yes, I definitely will be there, James.
And we'll either see you gloating or with your tail between your legs?
Yeah, one of the two. I'm only doing interviews if we win, eh?
All right, gentlemen, before you go, a quick prediction. Mr. H, Marties and False Bay. You don't have to give us a score, you can just tell us a winner.
Marties.
Jerome?
Marties.
Right, Mr. H, the match between you and Morgs, would you like to give a prediction as well?
No, I'm good, thanks, Jess.
You go,
yeah, I'm good.
We'll throw the mic for you. Durban and Hemis, Mr. H.
I will put my money on Hamilton.
On Hamilton's?
Yeah.
Jerome?
Durban.
Durban. Morgs?
I'm going for Hamilton's. I hate to say it, Jess, so I got to back Hamilton's.
So, Morgs, you're going for Hamilton's. Jerome, you're going for Durban. Mr. H, you're going for Hamilton's. Right. Yeah. There you go, folks. That's a wrap from the... me. All right, I'm going to go with home ground advantage to Durban. They are the club champs. If they don't win this game, then they certainly didn't deserve to go to the club champs. So, by default, Durban, good luck over the weekend. And you know Cape Rugby TV is coming, and normally it's the home team that wins when Cape Rugby TV comes. We'll see you guys there on Saturday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.